Welcome to channel AMEC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested about migrate to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on a little bell on the side. So once we have all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Now today's video is about business and innovation visa. Now we haven't been talking about this topic or this category of visa for quite a while, obviously. Since the 1st July 2021, the new changes has been introduced. There hasn't really been much of changes, and there's not much of restriction and quota being pending by state government as well, because over the past 24 plus months, obviously we gone through COVID-19 pandemic, and the number of people willing to conduct or submit a business innovation visa has actually decreased a lot, in fact. But anyway, it's good. It's also bad or disadvantage is that obviously the government of Australia did not receive as many visa applicants as previous, but the good side for the investors, or perhaps that's going to be you, there's not much of competition. But today's video is all about compliant significant investment fund. Now over the past few months I've been hearing rumors in regards that the fund can be actually borrowed. Is this true? Can you actually borrow money in order to actually lodge a business and investment visa? Let's check it out. So we go back to the very root of the visa application. So there are two parts here. We're talking about 1AA-B and also 1AA-C. So what are those? One is the investor stream and one is a significant investor stream. Now I'm not too sure why significant investor stream does not have a nice looking gentleman at the side, but the investor stream does have it. But anyway, that's for, well, your preference. Probably they should put a good wealthy lady there too. Anyway, let's have a look. This is the most updated information that you can actually find on the immigration web page. So I'm gonna direct you to the eligibility, where we find out whether you can actually borrow those funds. Now previously, if we go back, well, obviously we cannot go into a web page that was published 2, 3, 5 years ago, but I recall back then there was a wording named unencumbered. I'm gonna go into detail in assessing that word, what that actually means. So unencumbered means you cannot borrow, the fund cannot be borrowed, it cannot have a third party access due to security reasons, or you have actually like guarantor, being a guarantor in order to actually get that funds out. So that means it cannot be borrowed. So let's find out. So this is one A-B investor stream. If we click on the owned and managed business, personal asset and investments, you actually find this. Now it's interesting that let me have a look whether they have that actual wording there. Let's do a search on Unencumbered. Woo, here we go. Now it does have that there, but let's have a read. If you were invited to apply before 1st of July, then the investment must be made from unencumbered fund generated from qualifying business or eligible investment. Now, so people will come, and some agent does misunderstand this. Now obviously it says the application was before, but does that mean application after the 1st of July 2021 fund can be encumbered? Well, that's the question that we're asking today. If they don't say that, see up here, it doesn't say that. So it says if you were invited to apply after 1st of July, it has no wording in regards to that down there, unencumbered. So does that mean you can actually borrow the money to actually invest in there? Now it's a little bit ambiguity here. Now let's go into 188C as well. So this is a significant investor stream, and let's click on the eligibility as well. So obviously you are required to do 5 mil investment, and there's after 1st of July 2021 and before 1st July 2021. And let me just do a search here, and oops, it doesn't have that word here at all. It does not have unencumbered as a word inserted on this web page fully. You cannot find that word in here. Now I think that's the reason why people actually get distracted, and some agent does come out and start promoting, oh look, the wording has been removed. That means now applicant can actually go ahead and borrow the money, whether it's going to be 2.5 or 5 mil, for the purpose of the compliance significant investment in order to meet the visa requirements. So is this true? Now let's find out. Let's dig a little bit deeper. So I've utilized my the legend come, which is obviously, you may know how a lot of the immigration and visa specialists will subscribe with. So this is a pay-based subscription that allows us to actually enter into the database of the actual immigration law of Australia. So general public don't actually get in here unless you want to pay for it, but I'm not here to ask you for money to actually pay for it. I'm gonna guide you through from what you can actually see here in this video to allow you to find out the truth and fact. Okay, so subclass 1AA, that's where we are at, and this is the most current version of the law. So we are looking at 1AA.113. Why? Because it does have a definition, says compliance significant investment, and it's defined under regulation 5.19C, which is the actual regulation, that the clause that we're going to click in and go in there to check it out. Now why is this important? Because if we scroll down to the where is it, investor stream. Okay, investor stream, if you do it after 1st July 2021, you are required to, here we go, before that it's designated investment. Now after that you are required to do compliance significant investments. So that's exactly the definition that we're looking for. Okay, and further down, if we go to significant investor stream, same thing, that they will require you to do the, where is it, compliant significant investment. So again, it's the same thing. So compliant significant investment is in 1AA-C, and the compliant significant investment, it's just so many words, compliant significant investment is in the 1AA-B as well. So let's jump in there and go into that actual regulation there to actually find out the law. So we're at the regulation 5.19C, where the title says compliant significant investment. So this whole section actually defined and described what 5.19C is all about. And one thing that in this video I'm going to show you and get you all that clarification in regards to whether the fund can actually be borrowed is actually here. The key is here. Now, although it does not show on the actual immigration website here, and also it doesn't show on the 1AA-C here, but it does say that you're required to put the money into the investment into compliant significant investment, and that's exactly what we're looking for. The actual definition there. So we're actually in the law. This is actually in the law. So the first thing, it's a definition. It means so the first one is an investment by person is compliance significant investment if all requirement regulations are met, so all below. Okay, if an investment, overall investment, is based on one or more of investment, this regulation applies equally to overall investment, each investment of which overall investment is based. Oh, that's so wordy. I don't know, I don't even understand after I read that sentence. Anyway, it means there's several type of investment required under the compliance significant investment scheme. Remember, you gotta put some into the emerging company, put some into the VC, and put some into other managed funds. Okay, now the third one is the most important key here that I'm going to show you, that answers everyone's question in this video is number 3. All funds used to make investment must be unencumbered and lawfully acquired. Here we go. It's actually in the law. Now, I don't know why they do not insert it on their webpage here, and it doesn't insert it on their webpage here. It also mentioned that before 1st July 2021, it does have that word mentioned there, but it doesn't show you upon the new regulation on the webpage information, but it's actually in the law. Now, are we looking at the old dated law? No, we are not, because if we follow on the top left corner of your screen, you may see 2000. Can you see my cursor right up here? 2022 July 1st. This is the most updated version of law that define compliance significant investment, which is required for 1AA and 1AA to do. And the number 3 items here, it talks about all funds used to investment must be unencumbered and lawfully acquired. So that, I think that basically answers all the questions. Now, I'm not too sure why there has been a lot of agencies and rumors going around, but obviously there has been a probably miscalculation, an overlook on the web and the new web design and updated information that immigration did missed it, the actual wording. It's a very important word in those web page information on the immigration website. So it missed it doesn't mean it's not required. There's a lot. Obviously, the immigration website or web page, it gives a brief introduction, but it doesn't give you detailed law. So once we go into the detailed law, it does have that wording there saying that the investment fund is required to come lawfully and unencumbered. So here we go. That's the answer for that. If you do wish to invest with a visa to come to Australia, obviously you make sure that the money is not borrowed in any way, not mortgaged under any circumstances, in order to actually acquire the fund and invest into for the purpose of getting a visa, because that solely would not meet the requirement at all. Anyway, should you have more question, query, more than welcome to leave a comment right down below, and I see you next video. Goodbye.